Good afternoon. On this session, I would like to share my study about COVID-19 in mining industry, managing comorbid risk through workplace wellness program. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name Dr. Firdi Permana. I am doctoral student at Gajah Mada University, Faculty of Medicine, and on the daily basis, I also work as a public health doctor in one of the mining company in Indonesia. So I will start with my introduction. So as we know that individual and a workplace factor influence the transmission of COVID in the workplace, particularly because in the mining area, the proximity among each other and also the aggregation during the work is unavoidable. So therefore, the mining industry has vulnerability more than the other industrial sector. The mining industry also often located in a remote area, and in the remote area, the capability and the capacity of the medical service to provide medical care for the workplace is very limited. Therefore, the resource of the medical resources that we have on site need to be managed effectively. And what is the biggest threat for the medical service in workplace is actually related with the hospital admission and the severity of the COVID cases, which we know that the severity and the mortality is associated with comorbid, particularly with non-communicable disease and some of chronic illnesses. And the combination of these factors will truly affect it and increase the vulnerability of the mining industry, especially during this COVID pandemic. So we try to find how we manage the chronic disease, which we believe that this will help the company to mitigate the risk and the impact of COVID in workplace. So in our study, we do this analysis in one of the copper and gold mine in east part of Indonesia, which there are 26,000 workforce population that work and live in this work site. And we analyzed the data from the beginning of the pandemic in this area since March 2020 and until March 2021, which our objective is to manage and see the impact of hospital admission, and also we would like to see the mortality of COVID cases during this outbreak. And for your information that before the pandemic happened in March 2020, in this site, we already run employee wellness program, which actually this is part of employee benefit, which serve the employee with a comprehensive health program, cover individual-based approach and the population-based approach. So what we do for individual based program is we provide a mandatory annual medical checkup, and based on this annual medical checkup, then we can identify a person that need medical and a clinical follow-up. So we manage specifically to these cases according to their risk and condition. And also we provide a one-on-one individual counseling related with weight management, with smoking, and also mental health support. And for the individual-based program, it's not only for non-communicable disease, but also we look at the communicable disease, particularly related with tuberculosis and HIV problems. The second approach is population-based approach. On this, we try to address the environmental factors related with smoking policy in the work site, nutrition intervention, and if we look at more detail, the program cover the food labeling, salt and sugar reduction, and also cooking oil reduction program. And we also have health promotion and campaigns to promote healthy behavior on site. So in the beginning of the pandemic, we continue the wellness program and utilize the data that we have from annual medical checkup and also from our public health communicable disease surveillance to identify the medical high risk person. So the medical high risk persons, we identify if they meet with one of these condition. If the person have age more than 65, have an uncontrolled hypertension condition, uncontrolled diabetes, a BMI above 35, and the previous history of some chronic illnesses. And if the person is still on treatment for tuberculosis and the HIV status. So based on this, we offer the medical high risk employee to work offsite, not in the mining area, and we offer offsite medical care and treatment to make sure that the risk and the chronic illnesses is controlled. And if they still prefer or require to work on site, then we provide with dedicated monitoring program to make sure that the condition is under our surveillance and control as effective as possible. And based on this, we can see the impact of a COVID infection, and we look at the hospital admission and the mortality which related with COVID-19. So based on this scenario, we identify from the total employee that work in work site, we have 2,132 or about 8% that meet the high risk criteria. And in 1 year, we have more than 3,000, so it's about 3,010 cases. And among these COVID cases, we see 2% or 61 cases that require hospital admission. And in our mortality record, we have 5 cases, so or about 0.2%. If we compare with the benchmark data of mortality in Indonesia, we have 2.8%, and in Southeast Asia is 2.2%, which is the worksite mortality number is lower than our benchmark. And we analyzed the 5 death cases in our study, and all have diabetes comorbid, plus 2 of them have multiple comorbid, one with diabetes and hypertension, and the other one is with diabetes and HIV. And as we know that many studies have reported that the hypertension and diabetes and also coronary heart disease associated with COVID-19 severity. Therefore, if we know that the comorbid is become the associated factor, then we need to have a comprehensive approach targeting modifiable behavior and environmental factors in a workplace health promotion, which we believe that with this program, the benefit will be not only for COVID management, but in the long run, the health and also the safety of the workforce will be will gain the advantage. So in conclusion, the comprehensive employee wellness program that include the management of non-communicable disease risk factors, tuberculosis and HIV, has benefited the mining industry in building resiliency for the COVID-19 mitigation, and promoting employee wellness could reduce the utilization of hospital admission and mortality related with COVID-19. And with the starting of a vaccination program, we believe that the vaccination is also important for preventing the disease severity and mortality. So therefore, vaccination should be integrated on the employee wellness program. So thank you very much for your attention and stay safe. Thank you.